Welcome to Space Matrix. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. Good evening. Today, Canada stunned the world by slapping a 500% tariff on select U.S. goods. This is not a typo, a five-fold price hike overnight for certain American products sold in Canada. The move, announced with little warning, is a dramatic escalation in a growing trade dispute. Canada is sending a clear message. It's ready to play hardball. This isn't the usual trade spat. 500% is designed to shut down the market for targeted U.S. exports. For American businesses, this means a $100 product now costs $600 in Canada, effectively pricing them out. The Canadian government has chosen products that maximize political and economic pressure on the U.S., while minimizing pain for its own consumers. Washington was blindsided by the scale of this retaliation. Trade disputes usually involve tariffs of 10, 25%, 500% is almost unheard of between allies. This move fundamentally shifts the U.S.-Canada relationship from partnership to confrontation. Ottawa's message: push us and we'll push back harder. Americans now face urgent questions. Why would Canada risk so much? What does this mean for U.S. workers and industries? And how will President Trump respond? This is more than economics. It's about jobs, politics, and the fragility of alliances. The stakes are enormous, and the future is uncertain. We are now in uncharted territory. Canada's drastic action is a direct response to new U.S. tariffs. Last week, the Trump administration imposed a 25% tariff on all Canadian steel and aluminum, citing national security. Canada, insulted and economically threatened, felt forced to retaliate. The Prime Minister declared, "Canada will not be bullied." Years of failed negotiations left Ottawa convinced that only a dramatic move would get Washington's attention. The 500% tariff is surgical retaliation, targeting U.S. products from politically sensitive regions. The goal: create political pain in key U.S. districts, pressuring Congress and the President to reverse the steel tariffs. Canada hopes affected American industries will lobby their own government to back down. It's a high-stakes gamble, but with the U.S. economy facing headwinds, Canada believes the Trump administration is vulnerable. The question: are steel tariffs worth the chaos Canada can unleash? The answer will shape the future of North American trade. This is a test of political will. This feels like déjà vu for anyone who remembers Trump's first term. Back then, America First meant tariffs on allies and adversaries alike, including Canada. The same playbook is back tariffs to force better deals, even at the cost of upending alliances. In Trump's first term, Canada responded with modest tariffs. Now, the response is far more severe. The lesson: the world has learned from Trump's tactics and is ready to hit back harder. Canada's 500% tariff signals that token responses are over. Countries have studied the U.S. approach and prepared their own countermeasures. The old rules are gone. Canada is now using Trump's own strategy against him. The student has become the master. The 500% tariff is a direct threat to thousands of American jobs. Canada's target list hits iconic U.S. industries: dairy, wine, appliances, and boats. Wisconsin cheese and California wine, once staples in Canada, are now luxury items no one will buy. Factories in Ohio and Florida could see orders vanish overnight, triggering layoffs and ripple effects through local economies. The attack is precise: products chosen for maximum political impact. These industries are in key states, amplifying pressure on the White House. Business owners, farmers, and workers are now caught in the crossfire. Their livelihoods are bargaining chips in a high-stakes standoff. The economic pain is real, and the pressure on Washington is mounting. The future of these communities hangs in the balance. Trade wars aren't just headlines, they hit real people. In the U.S., workers in targeted industries face layoffs and uncertainty. Families worry about jobs, mortgages, and their future. In Canada, consumers see prices soar and favorite products disappear from shelves. Small businesses like cheese shops and wine bars may close their doors. The uncertainty freezes investment and hiring on both sides of the border. Decades-old supply chains are disrupted, forcing companies to scramble for new partners. The social cost is high. A sense of partnership between Americans and Canadians is eroding. Cross-border friendships and business ties are strained. Economic pain is matched by a growing sense of division. The damage goes beyond dollars, it's about trust and community. What's next? The situation could escalate or de-escalate. The Trump administration is unlikely to back down quietly. More U.S. tariffs on Canadian goods could trigger a full-blown trade war. Each side would keep raising the stakes, crippling industries and driving up prices. The integrated North American supply chain could unravel. causing chaos for manufacturers and consumers. Years of trust between the U.S. and Canada could be destroyed, with global economic fallout. But there's another path: negotiation. Canada's shock tariff might force both sides back to the table. Political pressure from affected industries could push Trump to reconsider. A deal, lifting tariffs on both sides, remains possible. The next moves will decide the fate of millions. Avoiding disaster means urgent diplomacy. Leaders must lower the rhetoric and open back-channel talks. Quiet negotiations, not public threats, are key. A phased suspension of tariffs, say a 90-day pause, could create space for real talks. Both sides could claim a win while working toward a lasting solution. A neutral mediator like the WTO or a respected ally could help break the deadlock. The focus must shift from retaliation to shared interests, prosperity and stability for both nations. The U.S. and Canada are deeply connected. A trade war is lose-lose. Workers, businesses, and families on both sides need a resolution. The coming days will test the leadership and pragmatism of both governments. The world is watching, the stakes are high, but peace is possible. The future of North America depends on it.